Hi there. This is this haul and the next one all both happen on the same day. I went on Sunday for Old Strathcona Mall's parking lot sale, so I bought these books, and then I went to WeBook in afterwards and bought some different stuff. But I'm going to have that be a completely different haul video. So this is all from the parking lots sale, the second parking lot sale of the year from Old Strathcona Antique Mall here in Edmonton, Alberta, which is located just south of White Avenue. So got there just after noon and immediately started hunting through everything, and it was a day that was supposed to rain, but it hadn't yet. So I was trying to get there early and get there before any sort of rain happened. So and my initial plan had been go through around to every vendor and then go back and take what I wanted. But instead, what I did is I found these first two books at one vendor, and they basically got them two for $5, and because I think what they had said, like $3 each or two for $5. I can't remember exactly how they had done it. And they had these and and these are low grade ones, and they had a couple others that were just too bad. I just couldn't take those ones. But here we have first off 25-cent Richard Dragon Kung Fu Fighter issue number 2. So yeah, I basically got that for $2.50. So, and it's not a major key or anything like that, but there is some first appearances in that book. I don't really know much about it, but I saw that and I had to have it. And the next one, this is issue number 5, a 40-center, and this is a Superboy book, The New Adventures of Superboy. So, did it! I deflected that deadly blast with my impenetrable cape. It'd be disastrous if those aliens found out I've lost my superpowers. So that was fun. It's also $2.50. And I'd gone to this sale with the idea of looking mostly for comics. I thought about getting some diecast cards as well. Shout out to Rod the Rican. That's like, but I dedicated myself. I only had $60. That's what I set aside for it, and that's what I spent. And when I got to the last book that you'll see, that was it. That was it. I was done. Now the next books that are up have from these all. Most of these came from one vendor. He had books that were marked at $3 each, or you bought 4 for $10. And I'm going to go through those one first, and then there were other books that were a little bit more expensive, but some really good stuff. And I almost bought more, but I try to control myself. So first up, we have Catwoman number 0. This is the new 52 era. So, and these ones are all really good graded books. So that was a great book to find. I'm trying to collect for the new 52s, all the issue 0s and issue 1s. But mostly of the main characters. There's some lesser characters that I probably won't search for so intently. But he had that one. He also had issue number 0 of the Savage Hawkman. What is good with what goes good with an issue number 0 of the Savage Hawkman? We have an issue number 1 of the Savage Hawkman. So I now have those. And mainly what I'll do for those two is I'll read them, and then I'll decide whether I'm actually going to keep that, or maybe use them to try to trade for something else. I don't know. All right, and I had found issue 1 of this series. This is Marvel books, and this is actually Marvel's Epic Comics imprint, and this is Elektra Assassin number 2. I had found Elektra Assassin number 1 a while ago, but I saw that and was like, yeah, I'm taking that. There weren't any more. If he only had this one, if he'd had more, I probably would have bought those instead of some of these other books. Anyways, moving on. Another number 1 issue, and this is 1 in a 4-issue limited series. I really don't know much about this character, but there's some people who say it's underrated. This is the Gargoyle issue number 1. And that's a Bernie Wrightson cover. Yes. Whenever I see a G.I. Joe and it's at a good price, I pretty much always buy it. So here we have G.I. Joe, Real American Hero, Marvel, The Assassin Unleashed, issue number 104. So later issue of the G.I. Joe. By the time it got to this point in G.I. Joe, I wasn't collecting it anymore, so there'll be some stories and stuff that I just will finally read for the first time. And while I was going through the bins, a young couple came, really young. It was good to see that the young people are still interested in comic books. But he is a huge aliens, Predator, all that sort of stuff. There's something else I'm forgetting. I forget what it is. But so his girlfriend had found them and found a bunch of aliens books, and she said, "Look at these." And he's like, "Oh wow, we got to get these." So that was good to see. But I had gotten there just a little bit for them. Now I'm not huge. Terminator. That was the other thing they like. I think it's Terminator. I'm not as much into aliens, but I do like Predator. And another character I like, you'll see in a sec. This is issue 1 of 3, and this is Predator versus Judge Dredd from Dark Horse Comics. So I saw that and was like, oh yeah, I'm taking that for sure. And I showed it to him and he says, whoa, I've never seen that before. So I'm lucky I got to it before they got there because he would have taken it otherwise. Now, this one was a shock that it was in his $3 bins. This is issue number 2. This is a 12-center Charlton comic. An explosive tale about time. Space Adventures number 2. And I'm not sure if... I was looking it up and it's like, this might actually be the first issue in the series. Because I looked on League of Comic Geeks and there wasn't an issue 1, so maybe it was something else. Space Adventures was something else, and they're in a different title for its issue number 1. But yeah, it's like, hello. Yeah, and I didn't pay $3 for it. Like I said, you buy 4 books, and it was $10, so that would be $2.50. Right, $2.50? I think so. Now, the next books were all priced at $5 each. There was another couple that had come and talked to that same vendor. Oh, I forgot I have his information somewhere, but I haven't. Maybe I'll do it as part of the next. Oh, actually, I can hit pause. Sorry about that. Just getting his information. His name is Mike, and he's actually an artist, and I was in the community, or in the comic book community, and in the comic book industry for a while. He's met some famous people, but yeah, he was talking to them, and they were trying to pick up some bigger books, and the initial price on them would have been $140. And he offered to give it to them for $100, and they said, "Can you do 90?" And he's like, I'm sitting there shaking my head. He just gave you $40 off, and he says, "No, I can't do that. I can't do that. $100 is the best I can do." And they said, "Well, you'd hold on and we'll think about it." And then they walked away, and I was like, "Oh my goodness!" It's like, take the deal. But he also has what? I'm sorry, sorry to him. I made a mess of your little sign here. It's like he does a pop culture garage sale Thursdays to Fridays, 9 to 7, and Saturday 9 to 4, and that's basically happening on July 10th to 13th. And there's the address for you if you live around this area. He was handing these out. It's like 10,000 comics, Lego, toy art, collectibles, different specials each day, card games, and you follow him. You can follow him on Facebook under his name Henry Jones. So, but yeah, and he does his own artwork and everything. I didn't have the money to buy artwork, so. But these books were all marked at $5, but these were marked at $5, but they were in a box that said, okay, they were half price. So, and he actually gave me a little bit of a discount for these as well. I basically asked them for them. I think it was like I asked for them for $2 each instead of $2.50. I can't remember. But here, first up, we have All Star Western Presents Outlaw. This is issue number 7 of this. So, yeah. I know Matt from Patriot Comics, he'll like seeing that. So, I saw that and I was like, I thought, oh, I got to take that. He also had All Star Western number 9. So, yeah, so I'm pretty sure these all cost me $2. And he also had this older book. Really low grade, but I was like, wow, I can't pass that up. Even at what this is at, it's like, got The Brave and the Bold presents Aquaman and Adam. Hail Gog the Destroyer. This is issue number 73. I know another Matt who will probably like seeing that. Yeah. Oh, look, it's got a little thing under that. It says First appearance of Dr. whatever that says. William Dafoe plays an Aquaman. So, yeah, whatever that means. And I saw this one, and I had to take it as well. This is 20 Center Doom Patrol issue number 122. This actually reprints some of the early stuff from the run of Doom Patrol, from the beginning of the run of the Doom Patrol. So it's a reprint book, but still really good pickup in my opinion. And the last of the books that I picked up from him, this is a book, the real version of this book I will never ever be able to afford, but I already have a couple of these Silver Age classics. So this is Silver Age Classics, House of Secrets, number 92. So if you know, you know. So that is going to be my version of that book. And for a reprint that's a little bit older, it's still in pretty good condition. So 2 books left for this haul from the parking lot sale. The first one, I was going to see the one vendor that I know, that I've gotten to know, and I was going to look through his books. And at the point when I was just starting to talk to him, it started raining, and I'd seen books at a different vendor, and I thought, oh, let's go take a look at those. And so I went and looked, I could feel it was going to start raining, but it really hadn't yet. So I was going and looking, and then it started raining, and then I helped the vendor take and put his books back in his truck. Our version of a comic book truck, except it was a lot of other stuff too. So this is the first issue special, issue number 12, Starman. And so the other part of the bag got a little bit wet, but it was $5. And I thought, what the heck? And I didn't really have time to go through anything else that he had. It was raining too hard. And I went and hid under the tent and talked to the other vendor that I knew. His name is Liam. I think I had mentioned him in a previous video, and I got his name wrong. But this time I got it right. I remembered to memorize his name. So shout out to you, Liam. Thanks. We had a good chat. It's nice seeing you again. I'll see you whenever I see you, I guess. And I don't have any contact details for him or anything. He's funding the hobby by selling stuff. But he had this book, and this book is going to make Nate from Hollywood Comics very happy. It has a price of $30 on it. He said it's come down a bit, so it's only $20. And I thought I had to take it. I just had to. So, Dazzler number 1. And that was my last purchase at the parking lot sale for the day. It was my last $20. And he had this, and he had another book that was $8 that I was considering. But I had to go with Dazzler. Nate, you've sent me down a rabbit hole. I'm now collecting Dazzler books. All right. Although I did have a couple of Dazzler books before I started watching Nate. So, all right. So that's the haul from the Old Strathcona Antique Mall's parking lot sale number 2 for the year. There's another one. That's parking lot sale number 3 happens in August, and I'm not sure when number 4 is, but I'm glad the other one's in August. It gives me a month to recover. And this is basically supposed to be their sale for July, but it's June. And so like it's a July sale, but it's not a July sale because they had to have it early for some reason. Anyway, so you let me know what you think of those books. What was your favorite among those? I think one of my favorites is definitely the Dazzler book, but I'm a big G.I. Joe fan, so getting that G.I. Joe book was pretty good. But there was that one space book. I was like, wow, I think that was just a great find. Anyways, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff. I hope you're having a great day. Bye for now.